I'm Jim Hamilton, rugby player and now a rugby fan. When I mentioned that I wanted to travel the world to see if other cultures love rugby as much as we do in Britain, I didn't think anyone would take me seriously. Lucky for me, someone did.
Yeah! Oh, saying that, my arse is burning. Sweet Mary.
I have come to Hong Kong, famous for the rugby sevens, dim sum, heat and humidity, a place of my ancestors. They ranked 21 in World Rugby, a small island off China. But there's so much more, and I'm here to show you. I've been told the best person to show me around the city is a man known as Mr. Hung. Yep, that's right, his name's Mr. Hung. I wonder what his first name is.
Hello, Mr. Hung.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
How you doing? How are you?
Hello. You're going to take me round Hong Kong?
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah, I came on straight away. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hung.
Okay.
Thank you, absolute pleasure. He's real. Mr. Hung's real.
Sit down.
Now, Mr. Hung is famous in Hong Kong for giving tourists, like myself, and people around the city, a tour on his rickshaw. It's an old school way to travel around the city. I can't see much happening here. Mr. Hung, are you okay? It becomes clear to me that Mr. Hung has aged somewhat, and the weight of me and the heat means we need to look at a plan B.
Mr. Hung. Mr. Hung, I like your suit. Is it Japanese? No? Chinese?
Yeah.
You look like a rock star here. Mr. Hung, you are very heavy. Very heavy, Mr. Hung. I'm an international rugby player. You know rugby? Yes?
Yeah.
My man. Okay, Mr. Hung, no more, mate. No more. I can't pull any more, mate.
Okay.
I can't pull any more. You can't pull any more. Should we go and get the bus? Okay, let's go.
The tour on the city bus seems a much better option. It gives Mr. Hung the opportunity to show me some of the architecture Hong Kong has to offer. He also seems a lot happier on the bus, and we even break into a song.
Yogis into whips and chains, kinky, kinky. Yogis into whips and chains, kinky, kinky.
So it's not quite what I expected. A tour of the city on a rickshaw, pulled around by Mr. Hung. It just didn't happen.
My back's going to be fucked if we keep doing this, mate.
It's time to go and find another person who knows Hong Kong like the back of his hand. He is known as Mr. Rugby of Hong Kong. It's my old friend, it's Jed.
Jed! How you doing?
Big Jim.
How you doing?
Very well.
Good to see you.
Well. Look what the cat has dragged in.
I know. Mate, I'm home.
Don't let
I feel like
anybody
I'm
in this place.
home. Mate, what's happening?
Tell you what's happening, I'm sweating to bits. That's what's
Mate, you
happening.
are, mate. You're looking strong.
Yeah, I'm feeling athletic.
Mate, this is apparently the place to go for some wonderful walks. Just what you like. This way, up this hill here, to see the amazing views of Hong Kong. Come on.
Can't we just get a postcard, mate?
Yeah, let's go.
I know where they have some really good postcards.
Jed, we made it. You made it just.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, mate. It's worth it. Look at the view.
Yeah, well, if you'd warned me, I would have brought the defib unit.
Mate, you said you were breathing through a Calippo straw.
Yeah. Well, it's all part of the training.
Mate, exactly. Well, I wanted to come up, mate. I wanted to chat about Hong Kong, but rugby in particular. You've been here 6 years now. What have you seen evolve in Hong Kong? Everyone knows about the Sevens. Is that still the heartbeat of Hong Kong and rugby here?
Yeah, the Hong Kong Sevens is still the one. You know, and when you travel to other stops on the World Series, you see how influential Hong Kong has become over 40 years. And yeah, I mean, they may have the World Series now, and in its own right, it's important. And the Olympics has come along to it. But I mean, all these things have come downstream from the Hong Kong Sevens. It really is the party that started the party.
And we're seeing now, obviously, 15 more games are being played. We've got a super game at the weekend, Sunwolves versus the Stormers. So there's been a massive influx of money as well into Chinese rugby. Is that to do with the Hong Kong Sevens? Is it to do with Japan maybe doing so well? Because rugby in Asia as a whole seems to be growing.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably, we can break that down into three answers. First of all, there's a very sort of unknown history about rugby in Asia, and how much over the last 60 years Hong Kong's been the primary driver for it. For a very long time it has had visits from national teams, and it's been a destination for teams. The All Blacks have been through here, the Wallabies have been through here, the Barbarians have been through, the Lions have been through. There was a real heyday coming out of the 60s into the mid-70s, where rugby was being played here by the glamour teams, particularly from Scotland, Ireland, Wales, England. This was a regular stopping point on the way round into the Pacific, or actually up to Japan.
Well, I can't wait to find out. So I'm going to find out over the next few days. I'm obviously here. You're my first stop, and that's it. I'm going to go out in amongst the masses and find out Hong Kong culture, Hong Kong rugby, and everything there is to know about Hong Kong. So, Mr. Hong Kong, now what? Where are we going? Where are you taking me?
I think it might be. I think we might have to sort you out rig-wise, mate.
What do you mean rig-wise?
I mean, it's good. It's casual. It says, "Hey, I'm laid back. I'm approachable."
I'm in Hong Kong. What
Yeah.
are you saying? What's the capital of clothes making, isn't it? Hong Kong, China.
Boy,
Let's go and get a suit.
if you want a suit, come to my island.
Let's go.
Right.
We decided to head down for Victoria Peak. Jed struggled somewhat with what he claimed to be the thinning of air up high. To be honest with you, I don't think the air was the issue, Jed. Anyway, we head to the tailors called Maxwell's. They have made suits for all the rich and famous, as well as the Hong Kong national team and the Canadian rugby team. Now, it's mine and Jed's turn.
Quarter Chinese, I am. I'm a quarter Chinese. Apparently so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my mum was born in Hong Kong and works in the Hilton.
We had our wedding reception at the Hilton.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Discount then. Discount.
Absolutely.
I am Chinese, yeah. That's right.
I'm 6'9" tall, and Jed is 6'9" wide. I wonder if they've got enough material to fit the both of us. Anyway, I'm also wondering who's got bigger arms. Surely I'll take this one. The suits are measured, and we head off to the Kerry Hotel for an event. It's the lead up to the Super Rugby match being played in Hong Kong this weekend. I've got no idea whatsoever about Super Rugby. I'll just have to turn up and blag it.
So first night in Hong Kong, I've been invited to a live podcast. A live podcast? We invented the live podcast, but I'm here. I'm in Hong Kong. We're in the dockyard next to the Kerry Hotel. I might be slightly overdressed. I'm seeing people wear flip-flops and shorts. I look like I've been to a funeral. It's a showbiz world. Let's see how it goes. Cheers.
We spoke about my Scotland career. 63 caps sounds great, eh? 63 caps for an international country sounds amazing. Not when you lose 55 of them, it isn't. No, it isn't. So we've been doing this Rugby Explorer programme. Today was the first day's filming. We've been up to Victoria Peak. It was hard. It was hard going.
Yes, James, it was hard going.
Yeah.
For a great big fat prick like me.
Hence why I was worried tonight. I was like, I'm not too sure whether Jed's going to make it, so I put my funeral gear on just in case the funeral was tonight. Well, I played in Hong Kong. I played in 2013, played for the Barbarians against the Lions. Should have been playing for the Lions, but I don't know what happened. So they thought I was more suited to the Barbars. My whole life, I've been told I'm a quarter Chinese by my mum, who's apparently half Chinese. We had a little Chinese lady in our house a lot of the time who was apparently my nan. So now I'm out. Now I'm retired a year. I've come to Robbie. I've come to find the truth. Okay, I've come to see if it's actually really true that I'm a quarter Chinese.
I chop a pint as a tradition at these kind of events. Jed did a great job in hosting it and got the best out of myself, Robbie Fleck and Peter Grant. So I was at the live show last night and I was told there's a great run over the water. So we're going to go on the Star Ferry, we're going to head over, and in good Rugby Explorer tradition, we're going to go for a run. It's about 100 degrees Celsius. It's even hotter than I think than 2013, where I played for the Barbarians against the Lions. Had an absolute blinder. No, I didn't. We're going to go for a run. it. Look, the strig's out. Never again. Feet burning. Arse burning. Ridiculous. 100 degrees. Never again. I mean, beautiful views, don't get me wrong, but the heat, I'm absolutely dying. Dying. Look at me. Never again. Hong Kong. Rugby Explorer. This is what we do.
After my run around the city, things got more serious. I head to the stadium to meet Hong Kong Sevens captain, Ben Remini. I want to understand the pressure and the excitement of captaining the Hong Kong Sevens on home soil at one of the biggest rugby events on the planet.
Well, Ben, this is nice. The Hong Kong Stadium, I can see the south stand, it's empty.
Yeah.
It's slightly different to how it looked before. You're the Sevens captain, right? Big deal?
Well, it depends how you want to look at it. Just part of the team.
And how is it so we can hear you actually a Kiwi? Does that added pressure? That you're expected to be a really good rugby player because you're from New Zealand or not?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I come with that reputation, so that's all right.
Just talk to me about what it's like when you're waiting in the tunnel, when you're waiting to run out there for the first game.
Yeah, you're standing there, you hear the crowd cheering, booing if French are on, cheering if tries are scored, and then you do start to get a little bit of a buzz, but you're kind of going through things in your head. Big thing is you can't get too pumped up in the tunnel. Otherwise, you're going to burn out before you even get out on the pitch. So
Yeah, I know about that, mate.
Yeah.
I know about burning out.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Then when you run out, I look around and just take it all in and think I've probably smile because you just kind of realise where you are and the chance that you got, the opportunity.
I want to chat a little bit about 15s because we've seen in Asia the growth of 15s has been massive. But in terms of Hong Kong and the 15s, you actually play for the 15s. It's quite rare for the Sevens players to also play 15s. You play for the 15s.
Yep.
You're in and amongst that, and Hong Kong rugby has got huge ambitions, haven't they?
Yeah. This year is a good opportunity for the squad to qualify for the World Cup in Japan. We got to get rid of the ARC against Malaysia and Korea first, and then the winner of that goes on to the Cook Islands. If you win that, you're in the repechage against 3 other teams, so 4 teams total.
Yeah.
You win that, you're at the World Cup. First game against the All Blacks.
Easy then.
Yeah. Wouldn't be not too difficult.
So we're sat here now overlooking the Hong Kong pitch.
Yep.
And we're thinking that Hong Kong can maybe go on to win the World Cup.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
We're reminiscing.
Get rid of New Zealand, then after that, take care of South Africa.
Exactly. You might meet Scotland in the final.
Yeah, potentially.
No chance you'll win that.
Mum will be proud of that one, if that managed to happen. So.
Scottish as well?
She is.
Mate, everyone's got a bit of Scottish in them, they have.
Yeah.
And Chinese. But thanks very much for that, mate. Cheers.
No worries.
So after speaking to Ben Remini about the Sevens, it whet my appetite for the game again. So I decide to head down to the Hong Kong national team's training session to see if I've still got what it takes after a year out of the game. The man in the middle of all this, and hoping to coach the national team into the 2019 World Cup, is fellow plastic Scotsman Andy Hall. He hates me.
Interestingly, actually, with Jim, so we had Steve Borthwick here a couple of 2 or 3 weeks ago, and just like doing the link. So Jim, obviously, Steve was playing for England, and Jim, as a consequence, couldn't get into the England team. So chose to play for Scotland and took my place instead. So obviously, I'm delighted to see you again, Jim. It really is.
I should apologise actually that basically I ended your career.
You did, yeah. Thank you, Dave.
And but all the coaches are in decent shape. Look at Hamo. Look at the shape. What's happened, Ollie? Look at the stay here. Yeah. I'm not in great shape either.
Yeah, your winning ratio wasn't as good as mine, so...
No. Were you 1 from 1?
I'm 1 for 1, so...
Okay. Who did you play?
What's that?
Who were you playing?
America away, but...
Oh, okay.
On the bench, don't get bogged down in the details.
I'm actually a bit nervous. It's a proper serious session, this.
Joking aside, this Hong Kong team mean business. You can see how professional the setup is. They are surrounded by great people and great coaches, and you can see what wearing the Hong Kong badge means to them. It clearly represents something big in this part of the world.
Feel the power or not?
You look real good on TV. Yeah?
Edit, please. I feel sick. It's the heat, I think I'm ill. Fred, I think I've eaten something.
I've eaten something dodgy. I feel so sick. Fuck. I was dying. I mean, he's strong as an ox, he is.
How's that for positioning? You low enough there?
No, never low enough. Always too high.
Still got it?
No. Look at these boys doing full on smash. Imagine this. That noise of hitting the bag just doesn't do it for me anymore. Look, this is it. Look, if you look at this here, look, I'll kill someone. Yeah. Yeah. I would have killed him. I would have absolutely killed that bloke. Right, I'm done.
After being punished at training last night for stealing all of Andy Hall's caps, I decided to take it easy the next day. I head to an island I've heard of but never been to before. It's meant to be amazing. It's called Chung Chau. I've been told the island is one of the hidden treasures in Hong Kong, and I was keen to go and explore it. The conditions of the hike were tough in the heat, but the views I got to see made it all worth it.
Look at this, absolutely stunning. This is what I'm talking about when I've come to Hong Kong. Sensational views, well worth the walk, absolutely amazing. I'm blown away.
After a seafood lunch, I met up with Phoebe and the Rugby Spirit team. We headed to a local school and got to see once again how the Rugby Spirit programme inspires young children and their families all over Hong Kong. I'm sure they had no idea who I was. They just thought a giant had turned up to their school for the day. The Rugby Spirit programme combines teaching local primary school students the basics of touch rugby with promotion of rugby key values such as determination, respect, responsibility, national identity, commitment, honesty and teamwork.
Do you know basketball? LeBron James? The same. Oh, I missed it. Nearly dislocated my shoulder. Should we do one again?
After having one of my favourite days so far in Hong Kong and seeing all the smiles on all the children's faces, it was time to head to Temple Street, aka the dark side.
Is he in there?
No, who is that?
Are you in here?
No.
I'm on the hunt to find another local point of contact, a man that goes by the name of Mr. Nam. Do they not have first names here in Hong Kong?
Sleeping. Is he alive? I don't think he's dead. So we've come down to Mongkok, we've come to find this man, Mr. Nam. Or Nam. Or Mr. Bread. Nam Bread. We can't find him, the locals don't know who he is. Have you seen this man, Mr. Nam? No, see, no idea who he is. We'll find him. We'll hunt him down and we'll find him. Yeah. You see him?
I don't know English.
You don't know? That's good English. Has anyone seen Mr. Nam? Mr. Nam? You know Mr. Nam. You know Mr. Nam. Where is he? You see this man? Is Mr. Nam around here or not? Mr. Nam? Is that you? Ah, Mr. Nam, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
I've been looking all over for you. But this is.
That was taken in the winter, so now I shave my hair and everything. Yeah.
How am I meant to find this man?
Same, right?
Different picture. We've been searching the streets for you.
Oh.
After being sent on a wild goose chase and with some dodgy looks along the way, I actually find Mr. Nam. Or it's the man claiming to be Mr. Nam anyway.
Mr. Nam, no chances that's you.
I should do the same face, right?
He is taking me to sample some of Hong Kong's finest local street food. Lovely stuff.
Right, Jim, this is the snack I want to introduce to you. Very local. This is, well, can you guess what is it?
It looks like a Savoy sausage packed with, I would say, some kind of cells.
Cells?
Is it lettuce?
Okay. Nah, not really. Well, but sausage is kind of good guess.
Sausage?
Because it is made from pork.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like pork.
Yeah, you like pork. Oh, that's excellent. So this is the inside of the pork. Actually, is the intestine of pork.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and then we deep fry it, so it's have a crispy skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then a very rich taste.
Okay.
Inside. So enjoy.
Is that what they say in Hong Kong is enjoy? In France they say bon appetit.
Well,
in Scotland they say get it down you wee man. What do they say in Hong
Kong?
Well,
we say it's like sega.
Sega. Sika. Sika. Sika.
Good.
Mum.
wordless. Jim become wordless. It's like so happy, you know.
Oh, God. Genuinely, that's very salty.
Yeah.
Do you want to finish them other 4?
Well, maybe next time I will fight through after dinner.
Okay,
so
that's fine.
all for you.
Yeah, we'll maybe give it to some of the producers, yeah, just to
I
taste.
think
Fred,
so.
here you go.
So.
Just try one bit, please. Try one bit. Add one bit, please. Go on.
Smell.
Yeah, I know the smell. Okay.
No, don't.
Fred, finish it! Yeah, I'm sweating. Mr. Nam, I didn't like that, I'll be honest. Very strong taste.
It is. It is.
After a delicious starter, it was on to main course. Snake soup. Yeah, that's right. Snake soup.
Well, I need to teach you that this is caution, poison snake inside.
Is there a snake in there?
Snake, yeah. 全部有寫裏邊。He will show you. He will show you.
Whoa. So with the snake, how do they kill the snake?
Well, they first of all they have to like cut it and then all the blood come out, and then like they peel the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then they scratch the meat.
Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. Yeah, I mean, sounds delicious. Okay.
洗杯先，都係洗杯。Yeah. So this is the snake shell. Here they give you a shot. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's made with the snake gallbladder, like the.
Oh,
yeah.
lovely. It's made with snake gallbladder.
Yeah. So I don't know what you want to go first, you know?
Tastes quite chickeny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
It's like chicken.
I knew this would be easy.
Yeah.
Sweet Mary. Cheers. Thank you. This is to all the snakes that have passed away in this establishment. Mr. Nam, thank you very much.
No worry. My honor.
It felt slightly inhumane eating and drinking snake, but hey, when in a snake restaurant, why not? So after my local dining experience, it was time to walk it all off on a late night evening stroll through the famous Temple Street and onto somebody who apparently could read into the future.
So your palm somewhere blue color. It means sometimes you're not enough time sleeping. You need regular time, don't be later than 11
I
o'clock.
know, well, we're filming a documentary, so that'll be why, I think. Yeah. Thank you.
And then you take eyebrow. It means you are very kind to everyone around you.
Yeah.
You like keep promise.
That is true. Yeah, I'm very kind. I'm very kind.
But when you're unhappy, you keep inside. You don't want some people to know you're unhappy.
No, never.
So you just tell the happy things to your friend.
Yeah, and keep the sad stuff inside.
Yeah.
Teresa, that's me.
Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 babies. 2 boys, 2 girls.
4 babies, 2 boys, 2 girls.
Yes.
Teresa, you are a wizard. You are a wizard. Yeah. How long will I live for?
So you long like more than 100.
How long? How long?
More than 100.
Teresa, I got you. Thank you.
So your life like close this way and then the big triangle in the center of your palm.
Yeah.
It means you can control every people do something for you.
Ah.
You are powerful.
Yes.
Yeah, but sometimes you're a little bit impatient.
Teresa, thank you.
You're welcome.
Teresa.
Nice to meet you. Okay.
Teresa.
After seeing Mother Teresa and her telling me I have 4 children, which I do, and that I'm going to live for over 100 years and that I'm powerful beyond measure, I was feeling pretty good. Right, producers, it's time to turn off the editing and turn off that volume and listen to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing out there? I love you all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's one of my favourites.
Jim in Temple Street.
It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Oh, yes, you can, sir. Yes, you can. Try as I may,
I can never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. Ladies, how you doing? The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. Bloody hell, I'm good. The truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me whenever I... Oh, it's my flip-flop. Okay, I've got you. Yeah. You say it best when you say nothing at all. No, don't say anything, don't say anything. That's what we just said. That's what we're saying. Don't say a word.
As much as I'd love to have sang all night and give the crowd my catalogue of greatest hits, it was time to get to bed. Tomorrow was going to be a big day. After a great night, trying some new things and meeting a new friend in Mr. Nam, I was invited down to an all-girls dragon boat training session. Now we're talking. How hard could it possibly be?
Coach! Hey! Yes. We go for a beer?
Not now.
Warm up. Dragon boats? Yeah, seems easy.
Warm up before.
I'm warm. I'm warm already, coach. I'm warm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Our star jump's easy. No problem. Yeah.
After a very brief warm-up, it was time to show these girls what I was really made of.
More strength.
Yes.
Strength is my middle name.
Strength.
Oh, why is my shoulder burning?
You got it? Yeah.
And this is the warm-up. Oh, my back. Oh.
Keep on going.
Okay.
Keep on going.
Okay.
Keep on.
Okay.
Oh.
Ready?
We're going to stop.
We're going to stop.
Speed up.
Speed up! I thought we said stop. Oh. Stop, thank you. Why is the back cramping?
It's fair to say the girls made that look a lot easier than it actually was. It seems as though I've done a good job. I'm allowed to be in the huddle at the end. Oh, and I brought them a gift. They seem happy about them as well. Some rugbypass.com caps.
Let's go, Sounders! Let's go! Let's go, Sounders! Let's go! Yeah!
So I'm here outside Mongkok Stadium with rugbypass.com. Of course I am. It's 525 degrees Celsius and we're here ahead of the Sunwolves and the Stormers match. First Super Game to be played on Hong Kong soil. We can't wait. We're going to get in amongst it. We're going to ask the crowds, see what they think about the Super Game being played here in Hong Kong. Let's go get them. Free beer? Yes. Free beer. What we do if you give it the person who gives out the best answer for rugbypass.com gets a free beer. Where are you from?
I'm from New Zealand.
Right, okay, there you go. That's fine. Cheers, mate. So who are you supporting today?
Stormers.
Who are you supporting?
Stormers.
Sunwolves. So we've got one Stormers, one Sunwolves, yeah? Yeah? Okay, we have. And are you enjoying Hong Kong?
Yes.
Okay. And you?
Yeah, fantastic.
Me too. Hello, what's your name, sir?
My name is Rihito Tachika. Kawa.
Okay, and you're here to support the Stormers, yeah? You supporting the Stormers today, the Stormers or Sunwolves? What's your name?
Yeah.
Okay, and who are you supporting today? What team are you supporting?
I don't know.
My name is Johnny.
Johnny, you know me, don't you?
I have no idea who you are.
Johnny just came up to me and he was like, "Big Jim, the legend, here he is. He's in Hong Kong." I thought they'd be bigger. I thought they'd be bigger. No? You? I thought they'd be bigger. The referees are big though. Where are you from?
New Zealand, like everyone else.
Everyone else is from New Zealand here, but it's good to see you supporting the Sunwolves. As a Kiwi, what makes the Kiwis and the Scottish players so good? The best players in the world?
Beards.
Beards.
Almost.
Do you play a bit?
Not anymore.
Me neither. Me neither. Do you remember me? You remember me? No.
As long as I look at good-looking men like you, I remember.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Here's one. What do you bench? 'Cause your arms are smaller than I expected. After chatting to what I thought was going to be some well-informed rugby fans, it was time to chat to someone who knows everything there is to know about Super Rugby. Thanks for joining us, Andy, on rugbypass.com. It's great. We're watching the Sunwolves Stormers match in Hong Kong. First Super game to be played in Hong Kong. Asia, it's growing, isn't it, in terms of rugby?
No, it certainly is. You know, since we moved with the Sunwolves into the comp 3 years ago, we've certainly seen a big uptake. So it's great to bring it here, where I think it's always renowned for sevens, and good to have a game of 15s. Although I think we could have chosen a bit of a cooler day to have it.
Can you see the 15s game growing here? I mean, Hong Kong are still in a shout to be making the World Cup. So
no, absolutely. I think the big thing here and throughout the whole of Asia is they've just got to get themselves into a more meaningful domestic competition and start building it. I think so often we're trying to do a top-down approach in all the new markets. You know, try and start with international teams or a fully professional team and expect that that's going to have traction all the way through the market. So I think the big focus has to be about building a credible domestic league here, with Hong Kong, with Japan, with China, with Korea, with Malaysia, and then start getting the participation that way and building up into the international, so that when they do have an international assembly, they've got guys who've had a bit of meaningful rugby at a domestic level.
just finally, we mentioned Hong Kong have obviously got a huge opportunity in the World Cup. I know there's a lot of rugby to be played between now and then for them to get there. My ambition would be to see Hong Kong make it. What's your ambition for Asian rugby and the participation in the teams and going forward?
I think it's the ambition for them is to see them get much better and hell of a lot more competitive. You know, if you look down 10, 15 years from now, certainly with our concentration of clubs out in the Southern Hemisphere, it'd be wonderful if we could in the future have the ability to have an expanded rugby championship and include teams like Hong Kong and Japan that could come in and be competitive and add value to the competition. But I think the most important thing for Hong Kong, or this Asian region now, it's a big population. There's a lot of untapped value sitting in this market, but more importantly, there's a lot of really good players. There's a massive expat community, and I think it'll be a significant point of difference, because you know, you've played it for a long time. The uniqueness about this game, it's not necessarily what happens out on the field, it's the values that the game and the camaraderie around it. And I think, you know, pushing that into a very non-traditional Western culture can have a hell of a lot of value.
Yeah, definitely, I hope so. Well, we'll get on with the game. Andy, thanks very much for that. Cheers, I appreciate your time. Thank you. So I'm nearing the end of my time in Hong Kong, and I actually forgot all them days back that I had a suit measured up for me. It's time to see how it looks. Welcome to Hamilton Residence.
Hey, Jim.
There you come, sir.
How are you?
How you doing? You alright?
Great. Do you want to have a look?
Yes, please.
Shoot.
Lay on the bed.
Right.
This is where the magic happens, but there's not a lot of magic going on. Wife's at home, but this is where magic would happen. Comfortable bed. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, have you made a better coat than that in your life? Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
After getting my Hong Kong inspired, made to measure, custom designed suit, I looked $1 million. It was time. Time to head into the mixer. I turn up in style to meet the Typhoon rugby team, but I'm late. I down a pint, of course I do. Easy. But then, the night changes. I have to drink a shot of tequila out of a belly button of a man with a similar physique to that of my good friend, Andy Good. group of the Typhoon lads then whisper to me, "Hong Kong has you now." What does that actually mean?